Would you believe me if I told you that your metabolism could slow down 3% if you didn't drink enough water? It can. And remember, we're talking about the ultimate metabolic boost, shoving your body into this fat burning mode, getting it to burn all the fat from your waist so it all counts. 25% increase from the shake, 3% increase or not a decrease because you're drinking enough water. Remember that when you're going to drink beverages, that you always want to go for calorie-free beverages. Most important, when you drink water, take whatever your body weight is. I'm just going to use the figure 120 pounds. Divide it in half. 60 ounces per day is how much water you're supposed to drink. So if you're 200 pounds, divide it in half, 100 ounces of water per day. That's your starting point. If you sweat more, you have a little medical issue, you might want to increase it, but really know your numbers. I have a client who every time he drinks a bottle of water, he puts a rubber band on it and he aims to get 10 per day. So he has a little rubber band. It's just a cute little tip, or you can just get 8 or 10 of these and they have to be gone by the end of the day. A nice little way to get some more water into your life, you got to get creative. It gets boring after a while. So take an orange, float it in a little pitcher of water. This one has a lime. This is just straight lemons, limes, and oranges. I just slice them up. I float them in here. The older it gets, the better it gets. I change them by the day, but this is a great handy tip to keep out on your desk with a glass. Drink it all day, and when it's gone, you probably have to refill it again, but it adds just enough flavor with virtually no calories. You're cleansing, which is an important point when you're losing fat. You want to get it out of your body. It has to be eliminated, so you need to drink enough fluid. Another freebie is green tea, one of the best possible things you could do for your body. More is better, and as long as you don't put milk or sugar, free. So drink more. I find hot fluids, and I have this big mug that looks like a fish tank. When I'm done with my meals, I instantly go right to the hot tea. Sometimes it's vanilla tea because I have to just fill myself up. I don't get full very easily. So more is better on that. You can also get creative and think of things like Pellegrino, Evian, bubbly water, any kind of flavored seltzer if you have to. Just bake very, very sure that there's no calories or sugar in them, because sometimes right next to each other, one could have 100 calories full of sugar, one could have none. You want the none. This needs to be your free food section, which brings me to my next one. Juice has really no place in a fat loss program. Why? Because it increases and raises your insulin levels very, very quickly. And remember, we're all about lowering your insulin levels to get your body to burn fat as fuel. Just for the record, this is about 4 ounces. Moms, if you're giving your kids juices, this is how much juice they're supposed to get per day, maximum 4 ounces. So if you give your kid a little juice box and it's 4 ounces, that's it for the day. Turn them on to fruit for the rest. And I think these are okay to have for kids. Let's face it, they keep the lunch boxes cold. Just qualify how much, because all of us get too much sugar in our diet, even when we're trying not to. Just for the sake of records, this little juice cup is what we used to drink juice in. We used to have orange juice in this. We used to call it like a little chaser. This little amount could add up to 200 calories to your diet per day, loaded with sugar, more importantly, and there goes the sugar and the insulin raise. If the insulin levels raise, the fat loss stops dead in its tracks, which leads me right to my next one. Alcohol has no place in a fat loss program, to be honest with you. And if you're drinking alcohol, it's going to take you twice as long, and you're going to have to work twice as hard to lose the fat on the midsection. We all know someone who has very skinny arms and legs but has a real hard belly. So they're scrawny, but it's actually your liver saying to you, stop, you gave me too much alcohol. This little, what looks like water, clear, they say it's clear. There's no calories, Lisa Lynn. Wrong. This little serving of vodka with that handful of nuts, 700 calories. I don't make the rules, but say you did this one day on the weekend and you ate really clean all week, that is 700 calories sabotaging your clean eating efforts all week. And I actually did a study once for a program where we took 300 calories out of people's lives and we put 300 calories of alcohol in. You would think they would still lose? Nope. It's a very different long chemical equation we won't get into, but the point is alcohol stops fat loss, and that's why the leanest athletes, models, actors and actresses, pro race car drivers, they don't drink before their game, because not only does it stop fat loss, you're not going to feel good to get up the next morning to get up and walk on the treadmill. So I know I'm asking for a lot here, but maybe you shelf the alcohol for a month or two, get yourself at your goal weight, and then if you want to have a glass or two of wine once in a while on the weekend, it's okay. But moderate drinking really has gone by the wayside. Nobody drinks moderately. For the record, women 4 drinks a week is max. Men is 6 to 7. Anything you do in addition to that, your cancer rates go up through the roof. So it's helpful to have a glass of wine a few times a week with dinner, but the minute you cross those barriers, you've walked right into the next bad category. So I suggest getting rid of it altogether until you reach your goal weight and then see how much you could get away with. What I found out was I felt better not drinking. I get up happy and bubbly at 5 a.m. I didn't before when I drank a little bit, so I don't even want to waste my calories on that when I could chew them. So keep your drinks calorie-free and remember to always drink enough water.